Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. And newbies, welcome, welcome, welcome. There has been so much going on in these social media streets. P. Diddy hit with lawsuits by ex-girlfriend Cassie, and then less than 24 hours, he paid her to drop the claim she originally sued for 30 million, and he said no, only to later come back and say, okay, here, take it. She got more, allegedly. The people are saying she got 9 figures. According to Hollywood Unlocked, P. Diddy's attorney said Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demands of 30 million under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship, which was equivalently rejected as blatant blackmail. Despite withdrawing her initial threat, Ms. Ventura has now resulted to filing a lawsuit riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. I don't know so much about her tarnishing him, because if I read the transcripts and if what she said is true, all the things she alleged he did to her, he is sick. He is one sick man, and she deserved every dollar she got out of his ass. I'm Team Cassie on this. I believe he did that. That's just my opinion. You have Peter Guns, Rich Dollars, all these, and a couple of other celebrities out here saying she did it as a money grab. I don't believe that. If he did the thing she alleged, she got what she deserved. And we have Aubrey O'Day filing a lawsuit against P. Diddy too, and has been doing interviews. If y'all don't know who Aubrey O'Day is, she was on the TV show Making the Band back in 2009, and P Diddy created a band with her and some others called Danity Kane. But she was kicked out of the band because Puffy felt she wasn't good enough for the group. So she was sent home, and later made allegations of P Diddy trying to make her do things sexually, and she refused, and that's why he really kicked her off the show, she said. Let's take a listen to some of the highlights of her interview, and I'll come back.
Why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little more?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
Mm-hmm. And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
When you look back on that, how does that make you feel?
I have such a love-hate with it all, because I don't think I would have been able to be so successful in so many other areas had I not been trained under Diddy. Mm-hmm. He was the hardest person that you can work for, and it was torture. And not the work part of it, but the other stuff. Mind games, like just all the girls were so divided, and the men and the people running it had their hands in it, moving everything. There was a lot of betrayal. There was a lot of lies. There was a lot of, when you're young and impressionable, and we understand our beauty as women through the eyes of the people observing us. Well, who's observing us? Men. So we learn our beauty through a man's eye, which is very subjective. So it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman through the men that I was around. And that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, you're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything, like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good looking person. And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights. So you really were operating in an environment that you had no control in.
Man, I'll tell you, Cassie set the trend for all of this, okay? And we all know Kim Porter was writing a tell-all book right before she met her demise. And now we have this psychic medium, Sloan Bella, prediction she made on Kim Porter 5 months ago going viral. If y'all been sleeping under a rock and don't know who Kim Porter is, it was a model who was P. Diddy's ex and mother of 3 of his children. They were together a long time. She passed away back in November of 2018 of pneumonia, allegedly. But since her death, her case has been reopened, and is now being called a homicide. And some of y'all may not know, but they found out a month before her demise, P. Diddy allegedly purchased $100,000 casket a month before she passed. And we have Sloan Bella said, check Kim Porter's hair. It's just a lot. Take a listen to some of the highlighted parts of what Sloan Bella had to say, and I'll come back.
Looking at this silver tin in the kitchen, and it almost looks like a mint tin, but it's a bit thicker. I'm looking at the silver tin, and I'm looking at it, and it's open, and she's putting something in her mouth, and she's looking at her hands. So I don't know if this was like a mint that left color on your hands, or if this was like some kind of chocolate in a tin can. She's addressing the tin can as if that's the culprit of why she died. But what I'm being shown is 3 months prior to her passing, I'm getting a huge amount of head congestion with her, allergies, sniffles, pet allergies, nasal issues, and she has nasal spray. When I see the nasal spray on the week before I see it like a magnet. So a magnet with a red end and the magnet part, the gray at the end. And you know, if you do pencil shavings with a magnet and you hold it up, the pencil shavings stick to it like that. She inhaled this up her nose, but whatever those little particles of toxic metal are what was in the nose spray. This is kind of what I'm feeling. Can I prove it? No. But I'm feeling this. This is the energy I'm feeling. So some sort of metals or toxic metal in the nasal spray. And I'm feeling that this was unknown to her. So I get up, I use the nasal spray, I walk around, I don't feel good. There's a weird taste in my mouth. I'm not feeling well. I do have a cold. I think she may have had some sort of headache prior to passing out. And I'm thinking because this is unknown to her, or she's unsure of what happened, because there are other people, this is what I'm understanding, there are other people in her personal friend circle, not just who people think orchestrated this, the baby's daddy, but other people that betrayed her. So I can't trust anybody. I can't trust anybody. She can see, but when she was alive, she couldn't trust anybody because somebody betrayed her with the cameras in her house. And that tin can has something to do with it. And there are other people with her on the other side that this has happened to as well. People she doesn't know, but that are in that same circle of people, as in probably in entertainment as opposed to like her personal friend circle. She has 3 different manuscripts, okay? Because it was reported she was writing a tell-all book about her partner, baby daddy. P. Diddy. Did I say that right? She had 3 manuscripts and she gave them to 3 separate people. Somebody you wouldn't even suspect. Somebody outside of her friend group, somebody entirely different. She had a very close-knit circle of friends and a particular type of friends. So she hung around particular people. She was very specific in her choice of people that she allowed in her circle. Okay, very, very, very controlled about that. Somebody from outside that circle has one of, quote, the books or manuscripts or written documentation. So they don't have it all. When she passed away at 47, her mind blown, okay? She always thought it, but never really thought it. And that's the Neptune in her chart. I can verbalize this to you that someone is going to do this to me or this is going to happen to me, but it doesn't really register inside of me. I am being shown November of 2023. So her death date was November 15th of 2018, but I'm being shown November of 2023. I don't think we're done with this. I feel she's shaking her head yes. Before she stare at me, then she wait, and now she's shaking her head yes. I am being shown that things are being prepared. She is showing me a trumpet. People are standing straight up. And there are people going to speak, not just about what happened to her, about other things. Something is unraveling. And I'm getting 5 months. So I feel her phone was hijacked. She had a second phone, by the way, and nobody got that phone. That phone is hidden. I don't think anybody knows where that phone is because she didn't tell anybody before she passed, but she had a second phone. So conversations about what's going down and coming out were done on a, quote, burner phone. Sounds like a drug deal, but it wasn't. I feel like she has either a post office box, a bank security box, something storage box that nobody knows about. She thought that it would change, and she wasn't privy to everything, but a whole hell of a lot she saw. So everything she's writing about, like, she's kind of saying, I saw it. Like, I lived it. I saw it, which is really kind of interesting. And it has something to do with containing the energy of this person. But then she's like, he literally went dark, black eyes, dark. But she doesn't use that terminology. Deceitful, duplicitous, two-faced is words she uses. Liar, two-faced. She can see, by the way. She can see everything that he's done after her passing. She can hear him and she can see him because she's around him. I've got to tell you something. Okay, this is pretty funny. I think it's funny, ironic. She goes like in my face. She goes, boo, like that. Okay, like a cartoon. But she acts like she's trying to scare her ex. She is around him energetically quite a bit. What she'd been told about passing away is not what happened to her. She is still here because it is still unsettled. Only 6 months prior to her passing, she was starting to see what he was for real and no more denying it to her, and you can't fool her. And you are going to stand so noted, accountable within the next 5 months. He's trying desperately to backpedal out of this. But whoever that man is, and it's a white man that has the tape or the information or however that is, one of the manuscripts with personal, private, written, handwritten documentation about what was said to her 3 months before she passed, what she witnessed, and the final straw that she couldn't take anymore. And it's not a case of domestic violence. It goes far beyond that. So she goes in a completely different scope. 5 months. The time is being marked. 5 months. So this is June, July, August, September, October, November. I'm going for November 15th or right around there. And her ex had a posse. He has a posse of people. He has like a thug group of people around him, a huge thug group. And the thug group are the ones that bugged her house or put cameras in her house or whatever, surveilled her house, signed, sealed, and delivered within 5 months is what I'm hearing. So her friends, family, and people that loved her and fan base will have some answers. Completely toxic metal shock through the nasal cavity.
Wow. And here we are 5 months later. Here we are, and there's a lot going on. And I know I'm late to the party, but nonetheless, I'm here and we're going to talk about it. Now they're saying that there's a third lawsuit coming P. Diddy's way. There's so much going on, I can't keep up. But I will see y'all in my next video. For now, drop down in the comment box. Let's get the conversation going. Do y'all think all of this is a money grab, or is it more like what Bill Cosby and R. Kelly went through? Do y'all think all these lawsuits will result in charges being brought up on P. Diddy? I'm here for it. Let's talk about it. With that said, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you already have it. And smash that notification bell so y'all see when I drop my next video. Stay blessed. Peace.